We're going to take a look now at Chapter 9, Auxiliary Views. An auxiliary view is a view that's created using a projection plane different from one of the 6 principal planes. Okay, so you can see here we have part of this on an angle. Okay, if we just look at those front, side, and top view, that circle and this face is never shown in its true length. Okay, so it's impossible for us to dimension it. Okay, so here's our 3 views. Okay, and again you can see, for example, the hole. The hole is not shown as a circle in any of these views. Okay, they're all ellipses. So we project it on the same angle as this face, and that way it will show its true position here. Okay, we're going to look at our V block here. Okay, and if we look at the 3 principal views, okay, our front, our top, and the right side, nothing in any of those views show this true plane here. Okay, so we're going to draw this, and we're going to draw an auxiliary view projected from the front view. Okay, let's go into AutoCAD. As always, we're going to open up our A-size template. Okay, and we're going to start drawing. I'm following along exactly in the book on Chapter 9. So if you'd like to follow along with there, that would be fine. Okay, I'm going to go into the construction layer and I'll make that current. Okay, I'm going to create a rectangle. Okay, so I'm going to go up to rectangle and I'm going to click anywhere, and I'm going to do at 3, 2.25. Okay, so we have a rectangle here. Now one of the things we're going to look at in this chapter is using our grips for editing. Okay, we know how to move, copy, and rotate everything from up here. Okay, and I'm going to put on my correct annotation. Okay, so what we're going to do though, okay, we're going to copy this up now. So I'm going to click on it. Okay, there we have our grips, and we know we can move those. Then over here I'm going to go anywhere, and I'm going to right click, and right here you'll see copy selection. Okay, we must pick it first, then we pick copy selection. Now just like a regular copy, it wants our base point. I'm going to put it there, and then we're going to copy it at 0.75. Okay, so what I've done, I copied it 0 in the X direction, 7.5 in the Y direction, so I just copied it up. Okay, now I'm going to take and I'm going to rotate the one we just did. So I'm going to highlight it, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go into rotate. Again, I'm going to pick this lower right hand corner. Okay, and I'm just going to type in 30 for 30 degrees. Okay, so now it not only copied it, we copied it and rotated it. Okay, I'm going to draw a rectangle from my top view. So I'm going to go into rectangle. I'm going to use my snap tracking for this endpoint, and I'm going to go up, I don't know, about 1.5 the book says, so there's 1.5. Click at 3, 2, hit enter, and then I'm going to explode this. Okay, let's zoom up on the top view now, and I'm going to offset a line down 0.2, a line up 0.2, a line down 0.75, and a line up 0.75. So I'm going to go offset point 2. Go here, down, here, up, hit enter, offset 0.75. I'm going to go up and up here. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to start drawing my real view, and I'm going to go and trace over this in the object layer. Okay, so I'm going to change my layer to object. Okay, I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to go from this endpoint right here to this endpoint, to this endpoint, to that intersection right there. Now I want to come over here. So I'm going to make sure that my polar tracking is on. Okay, and I want to make sure that my increment is set for 30 degrees. And here for object snap tracking settings, I have track using all polar angle. Okay, that way it doesn't do it only in horizontal and vertical. So I'm going to pick OK. Now I can snap until I get there, and then you'll see here, I'll see intersection, and then I'll come down to this point here. Okay, so real quick, if I just turn off my construction layer, okay, there I have the view of my front view. Okay, all right, now what we're going to do is we're going to use the top view to create our auxiliary view. So I'm going to highlight it all. Okay, I'm going to right click and I'm going to pick copy selection, and I'm going to pick the lower left hand corner here, and I'm going to move it over, and I'm just going to hover on this point right here, and then I'm going to drag it, and you'll see that it goes on the correct angle. Okay, and I'm going to make that about 2 inches. Okay, I then am going to take and highlight that. I'm going to right click, I'm going to go to rotate. I'm going to rotate it on this angle. Okay, and I'm going to go negative 60 degrees. Okay, so now I have what's going to be my auxiliary view in the right place. To now draw the V in my auxiliary view. To do that, I'm going to go into line, and I'm going to draw a line from this endpoint straight up here to the intersection of that second line right there. Okay, I'm now going to take and highlight that line. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to rotate. I'm going to pick that endpoint as my start point, and I'm going to rotate it 45 degrees. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to draw a line, okay, from that same point to this second line here. Click there. Okay, I'm going to highlight it, right click, I'm going to go to rotate again, I'm going to pick that endpoint, and I'm going to pick 135 degrees. Okay, and now I'm going to take and I'm going to trim those two guys up from there to there. So that is going to be my V. Alright, now I'm going to draw some of the top view of the V. So I'm going to draw a line from the V here, perpendicular. Okay, might want to zoom up so you get perpendicular to this line right here. Okay, so now my V is going to go from here to here. So I'm going to go back into construction, make that current. I'm going to draw a line from here, perpendicular, and from here, perpendicular. Zoom up on this guy a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go into my object layer, and I'm going to draw the first part of my V. Okay, and before I do that, I'm going to have to draw a line from the midpoint here to the midpoint here. Now I'm going to draw a line from that endpoint to that point, from that endpoint to that endpoint. Okay, I'm going to draw the second part of my V and make sure that my polar tracking is on. I'm going to draw a line, okay, from this endpoint. Now again, I'm going to zoom up here because it's going to be very close to that line, but it's not exactly. So I'm going to click right there on the intersection. You'll see that it's not where that line is. And then I'm going to draw the same one down here, okay, right where the intersection is. Okay, I'm going to take now and I'm going to extend this line, because this, where this V is going to be a hidden line to the end of our object. So I'm going to go to extend, okay, and I'm going to extend that line. I'm going to trim it off at this line, okay, and I'm going to put it on the hidden layer because we want that to be hidden. Okay, so I have my hidden line there. Okay, in my top view again, I can go and start tracing out some of that view. So again, in object, okay, I'm going to go from here, okay, to this line here. I'm going to go from here to that line. Okay, I'm going to go from, looks like I drew this one to the wrong point, so I'm going to have to delete those. And I'm going to have to draw that line from this point to here and this point to here. Okay, so I drew those the wrong spot. Now I'm going to put a line from here to here, a line from here to here, okay, a line from here to here, a line from here to here, okay, and a line from here to here, okay, and one from here to here. I'm going to turn off my construction layer, see if I have everything there. It looks like I'm missing one line. Okay, so I'll go in here and I'll draw one more line, and I will draw it from here back to here. Okay, so that should be our top view pretty much finished, what it's going to look like. Okay, now we're going to take a look at finishing up the view here on the side view. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look on the front view, and I need a line that's going to be where this line is, okay, going straight down where that little cutaway is. Okay, I'm going to delete these two lines because I don't need them anymore. Okay, so I'm going to come up here to line, and I go down from that end point, and I'm just going to bring it straight down all the way to the edge here. Okay, I'm going to go back into construction. Okay, and I need some lines going from here on the construction or on the auxiliary view. So I'm going to go into line, okay, and I'm going to go from that intersection, okay, these guys, and I'm going to go perpendicular to this line over here. Okay, I'm also going to have a line from here perpendicular to there, from here perpendicular to there, and from here perpendicular to there. Okay, now that I have that, I can finish drawing my lines in there. Okay, so I'm going to go into object, okay, and the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to go from where this one is right here, and he's going to go to that one right there, and then this one on the same on the other side from there to there. This line here is going to go from here to here, and from there to there. Okay, and then I'm going to have a line going from this point to here, this point to there, okay, which gives me a line from here to here to there, from here to here to there, okay, and I think we might have it there. Let me turn off my construction layer. Okay, I'm going to trim this line right here. I'm going to trim this line right here, trim to here. Okay, now I have my three views. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put them on a piece of paper, and we are going to look at how we're going to dimension those. Okay, so we're going to go to layout 1, which should have our title block in it. Looks like I already have a viewport in there. Okay, if not, create your viewport by going out to layout, rectangular, and then put your viewport in there. Now I don't need to do that because I already have one and I don't want to. Okay, I'm going to go into model space right here. I'm going to go to my scale. Okay, this is 0.825, so I can make that a little bit bigger. So I'm going to make it 1:1. Okay, then I'm going to pan a little bit. Okay, then double click over here so I'm back in the paper space. Going to highlight my viewport, right click, display locked yes. Okay, I'm going to go home. I'm going to go down to dimensions or dims. Okay, and I'm going to start dimensioning here. Okay, I'm going to go to annotate and make sure that standard is my dimension style that we've already set up. Now if you look on page 9-24 in your book, okay, those are how you're going to dimension it. But what I want to show you is if you're dimensioning on the auxiliary view, okay, we can't use the regular linear dimension. Okay, what you have to use is an aligned. So if I want to dimension, say, from here to there on that angle, I need to use the aligned. Okay, if I were going to put a dimension, say, from here to here, okay, I would put it there. Okay, so you're going to dimension that. Okay, the title block is filled out on the first page of this video. Okay, let's see what it says. I will tell you. Okay, that the scale is 1:1, whatever the date is. The title is AuxView, the material is aluminum, and it's called CAD 101 AuxView. Okay, and this is what you're going to hand in for the homework for this chapter. Okay, I did have you doing a different one, but you're not going to do that now. All right, that is it for this.